So I think it's important to prioritize enjoyment while building a business. We're working 8+ hours a day, often more as entrepreneurs, and some weekends too, if I'm really honest. So I do love to sprinkle some fun into my daily work.
You're listening to Market It by AHBC Group.
Hello, welcome to a new episode of Market It, the podcast that inspires and guides authentic entrepreneurs to build the soulful brand of their dreams and lead a purpose-driven business. I'm Anne-Héloïse, the host of this podcast and the founder and brand builder-in-chief at AHBC Group, a branding agency based in Miami, Florida. And I'm also the founder of the Dream Brand Club, a community of go-getters looking to build the brand of their dreams. This episode is titled Enjoy the Journey. Today, I want to talk about enjoyment and having fun with business. I realized that in previous episodes, I addressed problems that we can encounter while building a brand. And of course, some solutions and ways to overcome those problems because we like to be useful over here. We covered feeling lonely in business and feeling lost and the importance of gaining clarity. So if you're interested in hearing more about that and you haven't already, go to listen to episodes 1 and 2 of the Dream Brand Club series. I was reflecting after listening to another podcast from my friend Claudia. She has a podcast which is about life and feels very poetic like her, called Cup of Clouds. I highly recommend it. In this one episode, she was talking about how she was honoring her inner child by being present in the moment and dancing and just being herself. And this made me reflect back to my childhood and the things that I was doing back then. Believe it or not, it included writing and designing magazines by hand. So I was literally drawing magazines and writing them and everything. I was also filming fake newscasts, so I guess that was all the premises of my podcasting and TikTok career. How amazing is it that I now get to do a lot of the creative things and call it work? And of course, there are also not so pleasant parts, but we're all adulting here and we have to do those things as well. So I think it's important to prioritize enjoyment while building a business. We're working 8+ hours a day, often more as entrepreneurs, and some weekends too, if I'm really honest. So I do love to sprinkle some fun into my daily work. And sometimes I do forget to do that and I get so lost into the business side and the seriousness and all of that I kind of lose the enjoyment and I have to go back and remind myself why I love doing what I do. So yeah, this is for you if you've encountered the same, or also if you're feeling like you're having a lot of fun and want my vision on how I have fun while working. So for me, that can look like, first of all, the main category, people. So that's working with clients that I enjoy working with. Working with nice and fun people makes everything better. And then co-working and collaborating with people that I also enjoy working with. So the team, the business partners, and all the people at my workspace. I feel like people are one of the main things that can make work a lot more enjoyable, honestly. Then there's the environment part. So for me, that can include working at cafes. I absolutely love that. Working in a busy cafe with, of course, good coffee and having my earphones on, blocking out the noise if there's too much noise, but like just feeling the energy around is something else. Secondly is cool playlists. Like the work playlist is super important. If you like to work with music, you know. having a cute workspace. So I think we could even all be sharing tips on the Dream Brand Club Facebook group. And I would love to know what are your cute workspace tips and what are the essentials on your workspace. Of course, it has to be tidy, but then we can add a little bit of decor and everything. And don't forget scent as well. So like a candle, incense, like you have your little branding in that sense. It makes everything better. And then also, of course, clothing. So wearing cute, comfy clothes, whatever you feel good wearing. But because I'm an aesthetic girly, of course, I like cute stuff. And guess what? Smooth transition. We're about to launch some Dream Brand Club merch. I'm so excited about it. Our first drop is the Building the Dream collection. We have a sweater, a t-shirt, and a cap. I think we even have 2 t-shirts, like one that's more like oversized, full length, and I think we have a cropped one as well. The design is super minimalist. It's very comfy. I usually get the large for an oversized look, and I'm 100% convinced that I work better in these clothes. So please don't try to prove me wrong. Hit the link in the bio for the pre-sale so you can get your hands on them first. So another category of finding enjoyment in business for me is just fun, like plain old fun. I didn't know how to really title this one. So that includes the heavy use of memes and GIFs on our team Slack. I am the meme queen and we all are. We also do have a lot of the team members do that more so. So especially Ani and Andre, shout out to you guys. They share cute cat pictures. So there's a lot of cat stuff going on there. In the fun category, we also have the use of emojis when you're talking with the team because just why not? They just make everything better, especially if we're working remotely. I feel like that is what conveys the emotion because otherwise you don't know how exactly, like, how do you mean? Like, what's the tone of that message? And I feel like the GIF or the emoji, that tells you what's the tone. Then what else? I do like having some fun folder names. So just have fun with everything that you can. I think that overall, it's about not taking ourselves too seriously and remembering that it's business, but it doesn't have to be boring and it shouldn't be hard. As I always like to remind myself, same with branding and designing a brand, the best things are actually very simple. So I think it should be the same and kind of like flow seamlessly. And that doesn't mean, of course, that you're never going to encounter issues, but you also have to kind of work to bring the fun in, if you see what I mean. And it's with this mindset that we build the Dream Brand Club. We want to make the branding journey simple and fun. That was like one of the main criteria when we decided to build that. It doesn't mean that it's not work, but we want it to be entertaining because I think it's one of the best parts of starting a business and I want to share my passion with you all. And yeah, I feel like it's kind of like, you know how when you were in class, you had like the more boring teacher that you didn't like going to that class, and you had fun teachers if you think back to like middle school, high school, even later in university. And you just learn better when you're having fun and when you have like examples and when you can share and interact. At least I know I do, and I think that's mostly the case for everyone. So yeah, of course, we don't want to make this a chore or torture. We want to make things fun. So yeah, that's all I have to say for today. I really wanted to have a more lighthearted one because episodes 1 and 2 were like a little depressed at the beginning. So we needed to lift the mood. And I feel like they kind of follow where I'm at in my personal journey. And there are waves. But yeah, I'm starting to bring the fun back in. and I'm excited for you to join us. Thank you for listening to Market It. I'm your host, Anne, and I hope that this episode brought you value. If you enjoyed this episode, it would mean a lot if you could take a few minutes to rate and review the podcast. And follow along on Instagram at AHBC Group and at Dream Brain Club so we can stay in touch. And don't forget to join the Dream Brain Club on Facebook. Talk soon.